Okay, today we're just going to do kind of a quick one. This is about Universe from 1994 by Core Design. It's a point and click adventure, and that's not usually my kind of style. I like more action games, but I know this one is very highly praised, and I've often heard about the color tricks that it does. So I found an old post on the English Amiga board from Gary Antcliffe, who was the coder, and someone was asking him how he did all the colors. So he explained it. He said, "We used extra half bright mode and changed the first 15 colors after the background color on every scan line. We then had 8 colors that were fixed for all screens as the main character used these. The other 8 colors changed per background and were used for both the background and sprites. So you could have up to 256 colors, but it was tricky at times as sprites were limited depending if they needed to move vertically. If so, then they could only use the last 16 colors." So when he's talking about sprites there, he's really talking about blobs, not hardware sprites. But I thought this would be a fun demonstration of the great new feature in the Engine 9000 debugger. It's a palette visualizer. So let's check it out. He was saying it's an extra half bright mode, so let's verify that. We've turned the bit planes off, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bit planes. So yep, extra half bright mode. And hardware sprite wise, the only sprite is this little pointer, the little hand there. That's a sprite. There it is, the only sprite. So take that off and you see the just sprite 0 and 1. So 2 sprites attached, 15 colors. So when we put on the copper visualizer, look at all this, say. Wow, this is what he was talking about, come to action. All the green ones are changing different colors down here, and then different colors here and here. And down here, it switches the bit plane pointers, and where you have the actions and everything has a different palette, which is changed here, different colors. So down here in the debugger, there's a new thing that says Analyze Screen, and then it has the amount of colors. So there's 206 colors right now on the screen. And remember, this is on an Amiga 500. It only has 32 colors usually, and then 64 in extra half bright. But here's 206 colors. So up to 256, which was the same as VGA and eventually AGA. Okay, are you ready to see the palette visualizer? It's a very cool tool. So let me click on it here and boom, look at that. So it breaks down exactly what Gary was saying, that here's the first 15 colors at the top of the screen, and they change them all the time. So the copper is changing all of these ones. And then he was saying that there's 8 colors that stay fixed because the main character uses them. So those would be here, I think, because of the brown and everything that is in the player. And then these other 8 colors change for every different background, so they can use them for different background. So that's 32 colors across here. And then what happens here after this black one is that they're the extra half bright mode. So there's 32 half bright shades of here. So yeah, you've got these colors and then just half the brightness, the exact same colors on this side. And then below here is where you have the inventory and the actions, and that is a separate 32 color palette, and that's what it's showing right here. And that stays the same. There's no copper tricks on it over here. So take a look sort of at the pattern here, and then when I take it off, you see how it corresponds there? Back and forth. So yeah, the power of the copper is really shown. And it's too bad that other developers didn't do the same thing. You could have had like Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2 and Indiana Jones and all those games with almost VGA quality from a 1985 Amiga design. But again, they figured it out in 1994. It really was a great year for Amiga games. So yeah, this debugger keeps getting better and better. So thank you, Alpine 9000, for all the great updates. It's very impressive. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.